Check, check, check. Sweet. We're going to bring this up here. There we go. Let's get down here. I think. Hello. Hi. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Awesome. I am still figuring out this whole thing. So I'm going to post this into the Discord. We'll get started. Will you ever come to Idaho Falls? I don't know where that is, but it sounds pretty. Let's post this into the Discord real quick. We are live. Troy's Little Darlings, we are live. Bam. Oh, can I not paste this? Paste. There we go. Bam. Okay. Hello, everybody. How we doing? Yes, my chaotic Discord friends. You know what? Let's do this. Let's bring... You guys are like too high for now. Bum, 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 bum. Let's come down. Ugh. That seems a little bit more normal. I think that's a little bit more normal. I know that the Discord's already here. You guys were probably the most excited about this anyway. All right, so we are live. We are really just figuring this whole thing out. We're celebrating 30,000 subscribers, which is pretty insane. I'm not going to lie. I haven't had that many subscribers on YouTube ever since this is a first. But we have had a YouTube channel forever, since I was like 14. So the fact that we've gotten to this point is pretty amazing. Yes, we can hear you. Cool. Is Hermes still living with you? Hermes lives with me always. He's not here at the moment, as you can see. But he is with me at all times. I'm preparing for days. Hello, darlings. Hello. I was 10 seconds late. How dare you? How dare you? I was trying to figure out OBS, which I figured it out. At least I think so. I'm getting warning signs on my computer, and I'm not really sure what they mean, but I'm afraid of touching something because I don't want to break it. But we're going to just leave it as it is, and we're going to post this share to Instagram as well, so that way we can have our peeps from the people of Troy Instagram coming on over. Perfect. Thank you so much for that, the 30K. Can somebody tell me the last word he says to know if this thing is lagging? That is the last thing I said. The last thing I said is exactly what you wrote. So I was thinking, look at that boomer. Wow. Wow. You know what's ironic is I'm actually Gen Z. So you might throw some shade about me being old, but I am just the start of the generation. I'm the beginning. I was the first one. So you might throw as much shade as you want, but I'm just letting you know. If you're not first, you're last. So I'm just saying. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to put on some tunes, maybe. I don't know if you can hear this. Can you hear this? Hear that? I just want to have it kind of gentle in the background so it's not like super quiet. You know, listening to Gemini on loop is the only way to live. That's the only way you live. So I was thinking, you know, we're going to do some Q&As. So I'll be on here for about an hour, and I would love to answer some questions, kind of let you get to know me a little bit more than just, you know, as a person who does backflips and talks to himself online and also is also Hermes. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I want to do more of these lives because I think this is really important. This is new for me. I don't normally do lives. They are a little bit, you know, I don't know. This is a new learning experience for me, 100%. So just getting OBS to work, trying to make sure my computer is all not crashing is really the key. I should turn up my mic volume. How about now? Is that better? Is that better? Gemini. Oh, I can pin comments? This is awesome. There we go. Can I do a backflip in my... Here we go. How's that? How's that volume-wise? Smack the like button if you can hear me better. Yes, much better. Nice. Thank you, Crow. Have I ever ridden a horse? I have ridden a horse before when I was very, very young. I don't remember where I was, but I was at like this archery thing. I remember I was at this like farm. They were doing archery, and I ended up riding horses there. Maybe I was being trained. I don't know what was happening, but I haven't ridden a horse as an adult yet, but that is a key. Here we go. Okay, I think the volume level is good. I think that works. Volume is good. Sweet. My stream was so far behind. Oh well, I'm sorry. Crow, I literally talk to you all the time in the Discord. What got me into music? So, I think from what I've been told, I kind of like popped out singing. And when I was really, really young, I sang Mambo No. 5 at this beach house on the table in front of my entire family. When I was super young, I think I was like 3 or 4. I don't remember, but that's what everybody tells me. And over the years, since I've gotten older and did musical theater and I learned songwriting, started when I was 14, I kind of just was only doing it for me. You know, I was choosing to use it as my therapy, kind of my way to express anything that was within me, whether it be good, bad, weird. I just loved to sing, and I loved to kind of write and just have that music always be within me. And then when I stopped drinking and I kind of had this whole spiritual awakening back in 2018, I had this pull to really step into the music stuff full time. And it was absolutely terrifying. But I was just like, okay, I'm going to let go and I'm going to go for it. And we're just going to see what happens. And, you know, almost 5 years later, we now have over 30,000 subs on YouTube. And we have over 100,000 followers on literally every other platform. So it's crazy. It's crazy, but we're just riding the wave. Just riding the wave. Let's see what else we got. Questions that I'm not missing. What was the inspiration for Gemini? So Gemini, I'll go a little bit more into detail on my Patreon, but Gemini actually started as a Charlie Puth monthly class song. and I started that song like after watching his course, and it was a completely different song, so different. It had a whole different melody, all different chords, but that was the start of Gemini, and since the dawn of that song, the "Oh, you know the Gemini" was always there. So I knew when I reproduced it and was kind of moving on and doing all that stuff, that I was like, that has to be in the song because it's my favorite part of the song. Troy, if you don't mind me asking, what inspires you to write music? Because every song you write is an absolute banger. So I just wanted to know your thoughts. It's me during my free time. Ask that. What inspires me to write music? It kind of changes. So there are certain songs that matter more to me, kind of in my heart of like what I want to say. And then there are certain songs that are just jams. And the songs that matter to me more take a little bit longer. And the songs that are just jams usually just flow out. And I love both of them equally. But they kind of just show up. And the inspiration can truly come from anywhere. It can come from me in my car singing about something. I remember I was working as a server, and I would just sing what was on my mind. And anything that was good, I would just write down and record on my phone. I have 400 billion voice notes. But I would usually sing something that I was like, I was not afraid to say, but it was just like, I'm so done, or I'm in this emotion fully, and so I'm just going to sing it. And it would usually be in like a funny way because it was just, come off the cuff. But then I'd really think about it, and I'm like, oh, damn, that's good. I got to keep that. So it can really come from anywhere. Which of your songs are your personal favorite? Lawrence Wong, which is my personal favorite. I do love Intertwined. Intertwined has a very special spot within me. I really love Gemini. Gemini is the first song that I ever produced fully by myself, and it took me 2.5 years to do that. So the fact that it's where it is at 475,000 streams, we're almost at the big 500. That's really huge for me. So I think those two are great. These next couple songs that are coming out, this next one that's coming out means a lot to me. Just from the story, it's so good. And then lyrically, I have a song that's going to come out in July that is just one of those speak from my soul, I'm going to get it out songs. And that one I'm really looking forward to. Hey, Hermes #1 fan. I was wondering if there's any more info about your current WIP song, God's Not Home, that you feel comfortable sharing. So for those of you who don't know, the next song, thank you. I'm going to totally botch this name. Kikas999. Thank you for that question. The next song is going to be called God's Not Home. And that's a little drop. If you haven't been in the Discord yet, go check out the Discord. I don't know if there's a way for me to put it. Oh, I guess I can pin it in the comments, right? Let's do this. Copy the link address, Discord. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to that question in just a second. I just want to post this really quickly. And I'm going to pin. Oh, it's moving too fast. We're going to pin that. If you're not in the Discord, that's my Instagram. I don't know what is happening. Oh, no, it works. Okay, cool. Sweet. That is, we share a lot of information there. In the Discord, I have talked about this new song is called God's Not Home. It is an absolute banger. If you are in my Patreon, welcome, honored. You already know that this song is an absolute jam. And I am very, very excited for it. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. You have to figure out what it's about. If you can figure out what it's about, you're going to get a special flair. But if you don't, If you don't, then there's no flair for you, and I'm sorry. But it is a really good cinematic piece. It's different than most of my other songs in a great way, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. What else do we got? They already have Hermes, Percy Jackson series, and they casted Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yes, they did. Yes, they did cast him. Will there be more Zodiac theme songs? If so, what sign are you going to do next? Hayden Ray, will there be more Zodiac theme songs? The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. There will be more Zodiac theme songs. I had a lot of thought, put a lot of thought into this, because Gemini I wrote a while back, but I was seeing that it was working, and I was like, people were really wanting their own star sign, their own Zodiac sign. So I figured, why not? It would be fun. And the next one that would be next, well, which one comes next? After Gemini is what? I'm not going to answer that. You should already know that. Come on. I'm drinking my protein shake. Troy, can you do Leo Zodiac song? I can't do it next. That's not the one that's next. But I think Leo comes after that. So, Rue, don't have a stroke, Rue. You don't need to do that. Any tips for aspiring actors, singers, songs, artists? Spooky Game X. Game X? Any tips? Yeah, a ton of them. I have a ton. A plethora. It really depends on which one you want to start, whether you're an actor, a singer, or an artist, a songwriter. I'll give you kind of one for each. From an actor perspective, I would definitely say start studying. Get into an acting class if you're not. Really just start leaning into the knowledge of that aspect. If you go to an acting class, you're going to meet other actors. You're going to meet other people in your space. They're going to be like-minded people to kind of grow in where you are. That could be from a normal acting class of drama. That could be an improv class. If you're in a larger city like a New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles, one of the bigger hubs, Toronto, London, then I would say to, again, do the same thing, go to more shows, kind of go see, kind of immerse yourself into that community, kind of feel more what it's about, and just start practicing. What I would say for a singer and a songwriter is kind of the same, is like just start doing it. Usually you want to prepare yourself before you do it, and you want to have all the knowledge before you do it. But the reality is you gain the knowledge from doing it. So whether that be producing, songwriting, being an artist, playing shows, figuring out how to do a YouTube live, if you do it and you take the leap and you kind of have this, oh my gosh, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to go for it and I'm going to do it, you're going to figure it out along the way. And in the beginning, you might fall on your face, but you have now figured out one way not to do it. And all of that quote unquote failure is really just another step into success. So whether you are an entertainer of artistry, of songwriting, of being an actor, somebody who makes YouTube, someone who makes more content, TikTok, content creators, influencers, just start doing it. If you don't start, you're going to watch other people do it, and then you're going to get grumpy because you're going to be like, well, why do they get to do it and I can't? You can. You're just keeping yourself from doing it because of the fear. And trust me, I 100% feel that all the time. I've been wanting to do a live, and I've been wanting to go more long form on YouTube for quite some time now. And that fear keeps me kind of locked sometimes. But, knowing that you guys are here and taking the leap with me, it's like that's important, because I know I'm surrounding myself with people who care, and that is really important. So great question. I'm not super into star signs, but I'm curious. What's the song? What the songs will all sound like? Dragon Tamer 200. So if you're not into star signs, I also will be releasing other music. So my goal, my plan, is to release 2 songs a month. That would be the goal. That's what I'm going to shoot for. If that changes, I'm sorry, but that would be the plan. Having 1 star sign song and then 1 song that has nothing to do with star signs, that are just my songs that I'm releasing. What are they going to sound like? I would love them to be kind of similar to Gemini in like the boppy kind of 80s like fun aspect of the songs. So I hope you still enjoy it. Troy, are you aware that an entire Troy, what does that say? Jan Discord universe thing is like Siren Hermes, Harpy Crow, etc. I did not know. I was not aware of that. So I guess I am now. Let's see. What's another? What's the biggest crowd you've played in front of, and how many people and where? So, I guess there's a multitude of answers for this. I've sang and performed in front of crowds about 2,000-ish. I've sang the national anthem at stadiums. I've sang the national anthem at arenas. I have been on like big theaters when I did musical theater, and when I was in Oliver, when I was very young, that was I think a 500-seat theater, which is crazy to think about now. Like I go to a venue and it's like it holds 500, and I'm like, oh, that's small. And then I did a theater show in Kansas City, Missouri, for the world premiere of A Christmas Story, the musical, and that I think was for 750 people. So that was super fun. But from a music perspective, we just played the Roswell Music Festival in Georgia, and that was probably somewhere in the low thousands. So, which was super fun. Hey Troy, Raider Chaos _Chaos. Hey Troy, you inspired me to do music. Anything I should avoid while making it? Well, that's so kind of you. I'm so honored to be able to influence and have you kind of do what you love. Anything I should avoid? I think if you're starting out, just avoid beating yourself up. It's okay to write a bad song. It's okay to make something that's not super great. That's part of it. So enjoy the process. While you're doing it, imagine you're hanging out with your best friend, and the person that you're talking to within you is your best friend. If you treat yourself like your best friend in the creative process, you're going to create a much more exciting, a deeper, a sadder, something that's just a more immersive song. And you're going to love it so much. There are songs that I've written that I will go to my grave being like, I don't care what anybody else thinks about this. I love this. And that's really important because that means you're kind of touching in all of the aspects of it. You know, you're kind of giving the people what they want. You're creating what you want. You're kind of finding new things within the creative process. And I think that's really, really important. So just avoid kind of just hating on yourself when you're doing the process. Are you wanting to come to Moscow, Idaho to perform? We would love to have you. I think that would be awesome. I would love that. I'd love to come to Idaho. I've never been to Idaho, so I think that'd be awesome. I hear, are there potatoes actually good? Because I know it's like Idaho potatoes, but I never really know. But I guess Jersey tomatoes are absolutely amazing. So I guess you never know until you know. Hey, Troy, what is your favorite subject in school? Very random. Troy, what is your favorite subject in school? That's two questions of the same question, and then he retracted it. Sorry, but that's the question. We're gonna. My favorite subject while I was in school, I used to be really really good at math. So I was in advanced math when I was younger. I tested out of school when I was 16 because as an actor, if I tested out of school, got this thing called the Chesapeake, which was the California High School Proficiency Exam, I was able to work as an adult. And that allowed for them to not pay for a tutor, and it just allowed, you to have a full-on more time and made you more eligible. But I loved math. I was really good at it. But my favorite class I ever took was physics when I was in college. And I always said that at some point when I have the money to just drop a full college tuition, I'm going to go back to school for and become a physicist. Just so I can say I'm a physicist, because I think that would be really funny. The little bats, hello. Hey, Troy, we were wondering with the Patreon crew, which if you knew how many people you inspire every day to keep pushing through any insecurities and our own addictions. I don't know how many people I've kind of touched in the soul, because I'm over here. But being able to see you guys show up and especially with the Patreon and the conversations that we've had and in the backstage chat, and like seeing kind of how deep we can really go as humans, like that is really, really great. And I love that, because that's why we're doing this. The music is great, but the connection's better. A liar? Who called me a liar? How dare you? Getting a diploma for being funny. Yeah, it's what you do it for the joke. Why not? And then everybody in my family, I think it would be. Do you have a doctor? It would be a doctorate or a PhD. I'm not really sure. Hey Troy, if I may ask, do you plan on going on tour soon? If so, where would you go? Would you just stick to being in the U.S. or would it be an international tour? Just curious about this. I think that's a great question. I would love to go on a tour. At the moment, I have been really diving into the social media stuff, and I think being able to have conversations like this matter more right now. But I am fully down to do tours in cities, whether it be here in the U.S. or internationally. I did one in Atlanta. I would love to have a show in Jersey, kind of home state. I did a show in Los Angeles back in September. So at the moment, I want to be able to bring the best experience of a show when I do have a show. And I went to London last August and did 2 shows out there while I was there. So I am fully about going, traveling, having shows, and doing it. I feel like I can have a better kind of deeper connection right here at the moment until I know that it's like we got a solid crew that are coming to the shows, and that would be awesome. But I do think about it all the time. MC Pro 229, do I ask a 5th time or just wait for him to scroll up in the chat to find more questions? I guess I can do that too, but I did see your question. If you do have questions that I didn't answer, please just ask it again. I know when I've watched lives, I sometimes feel weird because I'm like, I'm asking the same question. I'm probably being annoying. No, just feel free to ask it. If I didn't see it, I'll look at it again. Is the Hermes laugh Mickey Mouse or SpongeBob speed? It's kind of a little bit of both. Because Mickey Mouse is like, hello. And then the surfer guy from SpongeBob is like, oh. So it's kind of a little bit of a little mixture of both. Azure Phoenix, can we ask things more than once if you don't see them? Yes, please do. Kai, hey Troy, little question, because you're so cool. Do you remember a dream that you had? always. I used to keep a dream journal, so I had a very, very specific dreams. But this dream is pretty wild. Pretty long story, but I'll try to sum it up pretty quickly so we can get to some other questions. I knew that foolish video, my biggest video that I ever had, I knew it was going to go viral. And the reason why I knew it was going to go viral is I had a dream 6 days prior to that where I had this energy ball, this golden energy ball, come to me, grab me by the hand, and literally say to me, "You have 6 days to prepare." And I was like, and I woke up and I'm like, holy shit. But in that moment, I knew that I had to prepare for something. And I had this overwhelming sense that it wasn't bad. It was more like, you have to prepare for success. And there are things that you have to get into place that you need to mentally be ready for and you need to show up for. And in that, 6 days went by and I posted that foolish video and it went, and it skyrocketed. So it was a pretty wild dream. And don't overlook dreams. They are very deep and they matter. I say that as like, it's like, I was a chair once. It's like, what? Do you have a plan for your music after you finish the Star Sign songs? Will there be a different theme of songs that follow? From Zorro _. I don't know. At the moment, this Star Sign song thing only arose in the past 2 months. And I'm very much a kind of go with the flow, like strike while the iron's hot type of person. So I feel like these songs are going to lead into something deeper. There is a little bit of a tease that I'll give you guys, just to maybe give you a leg up. I will be doing open verses for these songs. So not this next one, but if you are the sign, you might have the chance to be on the song. So, which I think is pretty cool. Bum 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 rum dum dum. Kai, hey, little question. Oh, the dreams. Yes, we got that one. Dallin Meckham. Sorry if I've totally botched your name. Are you still wanting to come to Moscow, Idaho to perform? Yes. We want to go to Idaho. We just got to figure out when, but we want to be there. Please sing a full country song. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights. I want to hear your country voice. It was jaw-dropping. Well, thank you very much. I live, in the South now, so I guess I'm used to it. Have you ever considered performing in Belgium? Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I want to perform everywhere. I want to literally travel the world, playing music, meeting people, having incredible experiences, and just seeing the entirety that this world has to offer. At the moment, I can't do that, but I have a feeling that it's coming. I just have it. Let's see what else we got. Is Hermes still in the basement? Is Hermes still in my basement? Should I release him? It's your basement. I feel like you would know if he's still in your basement. And if you haven't checked and he got out of your basement, your basement's too easy to get out of. B with a, I think that's a clown face. At our school for finals week, we're creating teams for a game day, and me and my friends are doing Greek gods, and I'm going as Hermes. Nice. Any advice for getting into character? Get yourself a nice pair of sunglasses. Get the funkiest pair of sunglasses you have that you can wear, and that'll help. I promise. Might not seem like it, but you're going to carry a little different energy than if you don't have them. We got a question for Kikos999 again. Hey, Troy. Sorry for the 100th question. But like my username speaks for itself, are you planning on doing a Hermes and Jay season 2 with the release of Dangerous? I don't know. That is not for me to answer. That's a question for the old Hermes and Jay. For both of them. I don't know. I can't give you the details on that one. Sorry. McPro229, question for Troy and Hermes. What is your favorite design for Hermes in the Epic fandom and why? This is a really hard one. I don't think I have a favorite. They're so good. Like, I can't draw to save my life. Like, I doodle and I draw a bunch of S's when I doodle, and they all look like little cartoon characters that have no dimension, really. So the fact that you can draw the way you do is literally mind-blowing. So I don't know if I have a favorite because they are so unbelievably good. Troy, is your advice for everything get sunglasses? No, but you always got to have them. You always got to have them. You never know when it's going to just be so bright. The future is going to be bright, so you just got to be ready for it. Do you plan on creating any albums with multiple songs? I do. The only reason why I haven't done that yet is because little BTS stuff. When you upload an album to Spotify or to DistroKid or to pitch it to Spotify, if you upload a single, you're able to pitch that single specifically to playlists. If you upload an album, you're only allowed to submit one of those songs to the playlist. So basically, you're not giving all of the love to the songs that they deserve. So if I upload them as singles, I can just upload individually. I can submit them all to playlists. I can pitch them for Spotify, etc. But if I upload them as an album, I can't do that. So, but an album, I have a feeling, is in the future as well. Hey, Troy, I think your music is really cool. I hear it every day. Oh, thank you. I have a question. Who are the artists that inspire you? Sorry if I write something wrong. I'm from... Does that say Chihuahua? Did I totally just say that wrong? Yep, that's Chihuahua. I do have artists that inspire me. I grew up on 80s music mostly, and I have a very, very heavy rock influence, but I do really love pop and musical theater. So the idea of like fun, funky rock music of like Hall & Oates and Elton John and Billy Joel and Journey are all there. But I also love the Jonas Brothers' new album. And I love One Republic. And like the first 3 albums of The Script are like my favorite albums ever. So I love that. And then, Jersey Boys is an incredible musical, and I listen to it all the time. And I'm an unbelievably huge fan of Michael Bublé. So I love all of it. I love big band stuff. I love the creation of the music and the way that it flows, and not just the lyrics or just the funkiness. It's like all of it, which is why I do really enjoy like the cinematic stuff. So, I had to leave for a dinner. No idea if already answered this question. Will you perhaps be coming to Norway? Like I said before, internationally or doing shows like that, I would absolutely love that. I haven't thought about going to Norway on a vacation, but that sounds absolutely awesome. I would love to hear the tourist spots. Please message me on Instagram. Or I don't know if you can do that on YouTube. I'm not really sure. But yeah, no, that sounds like the best thing ever. Mochi, how did you jump that high at the end of the last Hermes and Jay episode? That was some serious height. I jump really high. I can dunk a basketball. I was like looking to see if I can jump. I can dunk a basketball. It might take me a couple tries, but I can do it. I did a lot of parkour growing up. That was kind of my sport after I played football and soccer and hockey. No, I didn't play hockey. And swim team, and I was a big skateboarder, snowboarding, etc. But parkour, when I moved to Los Angeles, I didn't really have a sport anymore. and I started doing like parkour and free running at the Tempest Free Running Academy, and that I just was jumping all the time, and I can jump really, really high. So I just, just boing boing all the way to the top. What is your favorite? Oh no, I had it. It said something about a favorite movie. Oh no, and I hit my thing and it moved. I thought something about my favorite movie. That changes all the time. I do have a really special spot in my heart for Ready Player One. I don't know what it is about that movie, but it just makes me really happy. And it's just fun, and it's great, and I love that movie. What's your favorite musical? Have you ever been on a stage production? Yes. My favorite musical is Jersey Boys. It's amazing. Maybe because I'm a Jersey boy, or just because it's fantastic. The music in it is incredible. The show itself is amazing. I have been on stage productions. I was actually written up in the New York Times when I was 12 for being the Artful Dodger in Oliver. So I did that. I was in 13. I did The Wedding Singer. That's some regional stuff. I was in Greece when I was like super young. That's like a regional thing. I was in the world premiere of A Christmas Story, the musical, in Kansas City. So that was super fun. I love stage stuff. I love performing live, whether it be with my band or like in musicals. I think it's really incredible. I love the immediate satisfaction of crushing a song. How does my regular laugh actually sound? I'm gonna like fake laugh if I laugh right now, but I guess it would be something like something like that, maybe. But if it's really funny, I probably won't. I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know how I laugh until I do it. Imagine me singing Sway. That would be a good song to sing. I love that stuff. Have I seen Hazbin Hotel? I have seen the first episode. I saw the original YouTube video when it came out like years ago. But I have not watched the rest of the show. For upcoming open verses, can people DM you the video instead of posting it public? From Zorro. Yeah, I don't see why that would be an issue. But I would say that, why wouldn't you post it public? If you get on the song, it's going to be public anyways, so risk the biscuit, baby. Oh my gosh. I saw something that said, oh my gosh, and then I hit the scroll button and it moved. Do you just randomly go into the Discord server, read some messages? No, if you're from the Discord server, I see all of it. It goes right to my brain. So it's an old man boomer wheeze. I think that you just need to go. What's your favorite movie in the MCU? The best movie in the MCU, standalone, is Winter Soldier. Number 2 is Civil War. 3 would be like beyond, like a kind of a group movie, is Infinity War. Infinity War is incredible. And then No Way Home is fantastic. But I think if I were to take like a trilogy of any of the MCUs, I would say Captain America's is the best. The first Avenger is a good movie, especially when you compare it to like the Hulk or Thor 1 or Iron Man. Iron Man's better in the first version, but Winter Soldier is the best standalone MCU movie, and I will die on that hill. Hands down. Random question about how tall are you? I am 5'11" and a half, maybe. All my friends say I'm more than 6 foot, but I don't believe them. So I would rather say what I know than have somebody else say what I am. But my favorite book or series from Al, favorite book. I love The Alchemist. That's my favorite book, hands down. And then my favorite series. I had a pretty strong Adventure Time, like, rewatch. That was like hardcore. I watched that all the time, every day, always. And the same with The Office. I think series right now, I just rewatched Westworld, which was great. And I kind of just bounce around. But Adventure Time is usually what I fall back into sometimes. Which star sign song are you doing next? Atlas, which one would be coming next? Come on. After Gemini is what? Are you taller than Jay? Yes. Yes, I am. What happened to your grandparents to inspire you to write Dear Sam? What happened to my grandparents? Well, my grandma is still my grandma. She's still hanging around, living her best life. My grandpa passed when I was 13. And what inspired me to write Dear Sam is this letter. That's truly the story. My grandma got this letter from my grandpa, and I just had this feeling one day to ask about it and dive a little bit deeper into it. And I was like, I feel like I need to write this song. And that song was really for her and for the people in my family who were missing my grandpa. And to kind of just always have that for them is why I wrote the song. So it's an easy, I guess it's an easy answer because that's just really what it is. Someone keep asking me question and give me the answer later. I need to go eat. I don't remember what your question was. MC Pro said, I don't know what he said. Furious scribble sounds. That's the one that I got before. I don't know if that's really a question. But Troy, I wanted to let you know that I showed my friend's piece of you in Gemini, and she is now my girlfriend. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not saying that was entirely because of you, but that was entirely because of you. Well, look, I was just the soundtrack to you. Wasn't really because of me. You were living your best life, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it. Troy, random question from Hades Child. If you know Percy Jackson, who is your favorite character? I love Percy Jackson. I love him as a character. I think he's great. He does, especially in the newer show. I think the kid who plays Percy does a really great job. Logan Lerman was great, but I enjoyed this new version. So I think he did a great job. Have you ever thought of coming to Cleveland, Ohio? Please not Columbus. It's so far. Yes, I would love that. That would be amazing. Have you seen the dumb joking stuff I said about us having a fight? Yeah. Yes, I have. I see everything. Do you have any advice for getting to a point where I can post my music? I love singing, and I want to do something with it later on in life. Dorian of, I don't have my glasses on. Arundel. Dorian of Arundel. Do you have any advice for getting to a point where I can post my music? Yes, I do. And it's very simple. Just post it. I know that's the easiest thing I could say to you. And you're like, well, I thought that. But give me something deeper than that. The reality is, once you post your music, it's going to open a whole another step for you. And doing the work internally to understand, I guess, what's holding you back from posting your music. Is it fear of failure, fear of success, fear of people hearing it and judging it, fear of, it not being good enough, or all of these things are valid. But if they're keeping you from actually posting the thing that you want to do, posting your music, then they're not serving you. And if you want to walk that walk and be able to say, like, I post my music on the internet, I'm able to express myself and kind of put myself out there, even though it's scary and it's hard. If you want to be a person like that, then you got to take the risk and you got to go for it. you can stick your toe in the water, and the minute you feel that it's cold, it could either be like, I'm not going in, or you just jump in the water and you learn to swim and you figure it out and you're like, oh, it's cold. And then you're like, oh, you know what? It's not that bad, because that's usually what happens. You get in the water, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. And I'm terrified, and I posted my music and it got 4 likes and I don't know what's going on. But then you're like, oh, you know what? I posted my music and it got 4 likes. Why was I afraid to post this in the first place? I'm now going to keep posting it. I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to learn to film something different, or I'm going to say this differently. And now those 4 likes are 14 likes, and now it's 44 likes, and now it's 400 likes, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's moving. But you can't get to that point unless you start, and you kind of just take the first step. So if you're wanting to take that first step, just go for it. I support you. Okay, the little bats. Serious question for you. Does pineapple belong on pizza? I don't know if pineapple belongs on pizza. It's not like, oh, I got to get a pizza. I need the pineapple on there. But I will say it's not that bad. Pineapple on pizza, a little sweet, a little saucy. That's just my opinion on it. People dip their pizza in ranch dressing. Does it belong in the ranch dressing? Probably not. But is it good? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How has working with other artists / producers helped you in your career? From Heather Turner. That has been so unbelievably helpful. And the reason why it has been is because it's humbled me greatly. I didn't really know what I was doing. I believed that I knew what I was doing, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I knew that Pro Tools was a thing, and I knew that posting on the internet would work, and I knew, but I didn't know the process. I didn't know all the things that it took to really go into it. I just knew how to turn the switch on. I didn't know how the electricity worked. And working with producers and different artists allowed me to kind of answer those questions while figuring it out at the same time. So if I had a question and I was afraid to ask it because I was like, oh, I should know this, but I've only been in the music industry professionally for a year, I'm just going to ask the question. I'm going to humble myself and be like, I don't know anything. Let me see what I can learn. And then over time, once I have learned and I understand certain things, then I can move on and be like, oh, no, I know how I like to do things, and I know what I should be doing, or X, Y, Z. But the thing, too, that is important to think about is you might be wrong. I might be wrong. So I might be wrong when it comes to producing something or a sound, or there might be a better one out there. And just kind of keeping the ears open and, allowing when advice or an opinion to come in, to not like get super defensive or be like, oh no, that's wrong, I'm doing it my way. Like, kind of take it in and let the ego aside and just be like, oh, is this actually really what it is that I like? Is this helpful, or is it going to just be, or do I disagree with it? And if I disagree with it, that's okay. I just disagree with it. But you kind of just, it's like little quest points, right? It's like in a video game. I go and I meet all these people and I meet all these characters and I get little items and I get experience points. And the only way that I can grow in the game or get better perk points is from the experience points. And if I don't do that, then I won't ever get the perk points, which helps me, fight the final boss. Did you start recording Dangerous with Jay? I didn't record Dangerous with anybody else, or did I record Dangerous at all? I don't know. That's a question for Hermes. So we've had so many questions, so many really good questions. We are going to be live for just a few more minutes because I have to get this mix done and sent to the internet world to have it be perfected. But we're going to answer just a few more questions. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. 30,000 subs. This is incredible. For those of you, the next song is called God's Not Home. It will come out. I will announce the date soon in the Discord, and I'll post it on Instagram. But the Discord will have all of it, which is that pinned comment. If you're not in our Discord, please join. But the Patreon, if you're a part of the Patreon, you will be hearing God's Not Home tonight. You will be getting it tonight. You'll get my version of it tonight, so that way you can hear it and you'll know what it's about. So that is what's going to happen. So if you want to join the Patreon, I can put the Discord, I can put the link here. Just so if you want to hear the song tonight, I'll put this in here. Patreon. I know everybody in the Patreon was just like, oh my gosh, we're going to hear it tonight. Holy shit. I got to replace the pinned message, so I'm going to repin it with this guy. So if you want to hear this song tonight, I will be sending it into the Patreon chat. Doesn't matter which tier you are for this new one. This is what you're going to get it. So I appreciate you guys. But we got just time for just a few more questions. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see my clock. Milk before or after cereal? If you put milk before your cereal, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. But you gotta do the milk after the cereal. You can't. And then all the cereal sits on top and floats, and then you gotta like stir it. No, I'm sorry, but that's not the way. Do you really see everything in the Discord? I don't know how many times I said it, but yes, I do. I see everything in there. Everything. Even what you delete, I see. Troy, for 700 members in the Discord, can we have a roast battle again? That might not be a bad idea. That would be fun. Please release a full country song on Spotify. You know, that might be kind of fun. I don't know when that will happen, but maybe in the future, because my country voice is pretty good. Wait. Quick question. For my Hermes outfit on Monday, should I go with red heart-shaped glasses, purple heart-shaped glasses, or a neon pink shutter glasses? Ooh, I think we put this to the test on the Discord. So I think you put it into lifestyle, post the 2 different sunglasses, and we'll do a vote. I think that would be the perfect answer. Opinions on Spider-Man. Love Spider-Man. He's the best. Do you think you'll cover any Has-Been songs if you watch the rest? I'm not sure. I'll just have to listen to the songs, I guess, and make that decision then. Dun, dun, dun. My sister and I love your music, and we consider them as songs for characters we've created. I've noticed that some of your music doesn't have lyrics out online. Do you plan to post any more lyric videos? Oh, that is a good... Thank you so much for bringing that to me. I think they might be on Spotify, but which songs are you specifically talking about for lyric videos? I'm looking at the chat, so please let me know. I know Wake Up doesn't have a video. I know Dear Sam doesn't, because the lyric video that was being made got absolutely botched, and so I'm gonna have to do that separately. So I do have to make those videos anyway. What is your favorite part about portraying Hermes in Epic? Is meeting everybody. I mean, I love playing Hermes. It's super fun, and it's such a fun character. But I think the most important part of being Hermes was meeting Jay and meeting everybody involved and surrounding myself with like-minded people who are going for it and who believe in themselves and what they're doing. And, the connection has been really great. And then meeting all of you. I know Hermes has brought a lot of you. So that to me is absolutely incredible. Hey, Troy, would you consider coming to Malaysia? That would be amazing. I would love to do that. What tacos do you usually take and why, so I can order it next time? I always get asada tacos, the steak tacos. They're just, street tacos, though. Street tacos, not like the big tortilla, little cheese or whatever. I'm talking like street tacos. They got the asada, onion, cilantro. That's kind of it. They're like, this big, and I just devour them. All right, we got time for just 2 more, and then we're going to have to bounce. How many of the regulars in the Discord do you know, recognize, remember? If you guys have the same names, I know basically all of you. If you have different names than the name that I know you in Discord, then that's where it gets a little confusing. How do I feel about Epic the Musical? I think it's amazing. I love everything he's doing. And funny thing, do you feel about Epic the Musical? I just answered that one. All right, we got time for one more. Have you read Ready Player One? I have not read it. So I love the movie. So my brother read it, and he was like, this book is incredible. So I read a lot of self-help books most of the time that are like nonfiction, kind of deeper dive into self type of books. But if there is going to be a fiction book, I think that's a perfect one to read. I think that is. Well, my friends, this has been a very successful live. I mean, I have never had a live do any better. So I think this is going to be an excellent thing to keep doing. I do have a new computer coming, so that way I can produce live. So that way you can kind of see a little bit more of what's going on, and maybe down the line, whether it be Discord, on YouTube, or on the Patreon, maybe we'll do some games. I do play Rocket League a lot, and I do love it very much. So maybe we'll do a couple games, a couple game playthroughs. Who knows what's going to come? But especially for this YouTube channel, I definitely want to focus on the music stuff and just building the community. And I love that all of you guys are here and involved. So this has been just so awesome, so good. We're doing it, baby. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be on the Discord for the next couple, because I'm going to be about to be hopping into mix mode. So I love you guys. You are the best community on the planet, and there is no one I would rather spend time with than you guys. So have an absolutely beautiful day. We're doing it, baby. Let's go.